the strings were already breaking. I watched your shadow on the wall, swaying like you knew you'd fall. Every note leaned into blue. The violin knew before I did. Your smile held on, but barely true. The bow slipped low, exposed the truth. The violin knew before I did. Played the ache, I tried to miss. Every string pulled us apart, sang the fear inside my heart, while I was still believing you. The violin knew. You held me close, but not the same. Like love was now a borrowed name. Your breath was there, your mind was gone. The music lingered, you moved on. I traced the cracks inside your tone, felt alone while not alone. The silence grew between each sound, like love was slowing down. I asked your eyes to tell the truth, but they looked away right on cue. The violin knew before I did. It bent and broke where words forbid. Every tremble, every slide said goodbye before we tried. I was still holding on to you. The violin knew. If love's a song, it changed its key, turned sharp when it needed me. I stayed deaf to what was clear, while the strings cried in my ear. Play it soft, don't let it end. Let the light last just again. The violin knew before I did, heard the ending where I lived. Every note I couldn't face felt like tears into the space. I learned the truth too late, too soon. The violin knew. Now the room is still and blue, just me and what we didn't do. One last note fades into you. The violin knew. Before I The lights were low, the night stood still. Your silence louder than your will. You said I'm fine like it was true, but your hand shook, I felt it too. Your violin hung in the air like something breaking everywhere. Every note began to sway. I knew you were about to stay. You held my gaze, then let it go, like love was something you outgrew. You left in tremolo, shaking when you used to hold me close. Every shake said, don't you know, this is how a heart lets go. I stayed still, afraid to move. You left in tremolo. Your coat brushed past the open door. Oh, the apple stayed, you were no more. I tried to speak, my voice went thin like the ball wore out my skin. The melody began to bend, right where we said this won't end. Every promise lost its tone. I stood there playing all alone. I begged the song to settle down, but it only shook the truth out. You left it tremolo, in between the notes I didn't hold. Every break, every low, like the fear I put in show. I was still in love with you. You left in tremolo. If love is steady, why did it shake? Why did forever feel like a mistake? I reached for calm, but all I found was a tear before you said, stay just long enough to say, don't let the last note be afraid. You left it tremolo, but the ending couldn't stand still. Every quiver told me so. This goodbye was always real. I stood frozen in the truth as you let tears fall. Now silence hums where you once were. The room still feels that gentle blur. One lasting let's go too slow. You left in tremolo. The city sleeps, but I don't lie. Your shadow still walks by my side. Every clock ticks just a little too loud since your love stopped hanging around. I press play just to feel the ache. Let the silence hesitate. When the lights go low, the truth ignites. Strings cry louder at night. I keep your name between the lines, where melodies go to hide. Strings cry louder and Every bar pulls open what I hide. Every note tells me you're not mine. I'm quiet in the daylight, but strings cry louder at night. Your goodbye still hums in tune, like a song that ended too soon. I hear your breath in minor keys, where you used to stay with me. The violin bends, then almost breaks, just like the promises we made. I close my eyes, but you arrive every time the music sighs. I try to heal with morning light, but grief remembers how to sing at night. Strings cry louder at night, when memories sharpen every sound. Every tremble pulls you closer now, even though you're not around. I hold it until daylight, but strings cry louder at night. If love had warned me how it ends, I would have listened to the bends in every note I brushed aside. Every tear the strings implied. Play it soft, don't let it stop. Let it hurt until it drops. Strings cry louder at night, when the world lets heartbreak speak. Every harmony you left behind still finds its way to me. I survived the daylight, but strings cry louder at night. When the song fades out of sight, I'm still yours in candlelight. Even silence knows it's true. Strings cry louder without you. The room remembers how you stood, like leaving wasn't something you could. Your chair still faces mine somehow, as if you're listening right now. I tried to pack away your name, but every song still sounds the same. The bow goes down, the truth comes through. My heart still bows to you. I learned to breathe, but not to move. Every note pulls back to you. My heart still bows to you, even after all we've been through. Every string I try to mute still breaks in ways that sound like you. I play strong, but it's not true. My heart still bows to you. I walk alone where laughter echoes in the space. The future hums in minor keys without you standing next to me. I swore I'd learn to let you go, but love doesn't unlearn that slow. The melody won't follow rules, it bends the way it used to with you. I hold my ground, I hold my pride, but grief slips in between the lines. My heart still bows to you every time the music moves. I change the key, I change the truth, but every song still leads to you. I'm standing still, the world moves through. My heart still bows to you. If love is strength, why does it ache? Why does it shake with every phrase? I play it soft, I play it brave, but I can't bow my heart away. Let the strings fall where they may. Let it hurt, let it stay. My heart still bows to you in every note I can't undo. I tried to stand, I tried to move, but every ending points to you. No matter what I say or do, my heart still bows to you. The silence takes the place of sound. I still feel you all around. The song may end, but it's still true. My heart still bows to you. The room is quiet, but my chest is loud. Every thought still circles around. The way you said my name too late, like love was something we couldn't save. The piano leans into the dark, the violin pulls at my heart. Every note falls like rain, minor key, major pain. I try to sing it any other way, but sadness always finds its place. Minor key, major pain. Every melody knows your name. I change the chords, I shift the blame, but nothing ever sounds the same. I play it soft, I play it brave. Minor key, major pain. Your goodbye still hums in tune, like it's waiting in every room. I hear you in the empty space between the notes I couldn't face. The strings hold on and slowly fray, just like us, we couldn't stay. Every promise went astray, dissonant and out of phase. I hope time would rearrange, but grief doesn't modulate. Minor key, major pain, every chorus breaks again. I lift my voice, it shakes in place, trying not to say your name. I'm still stuck inside this refrain. Minor key, major pain. If love was simple, it'd resolve, but some chords never wanna fall. I wait for peace, I wait in vain, suspended in the same old pain. Let it ring, don't fade it out, let the hurt say what I can't break. Minor key, major pain, every ending sounds the same. I learned your heart, but not the change that turned our harmony to strain. I'll play this truth until it fades. Minor key, major pain. Minor key, major pain. When the last note finally falls, I still feel you in it all. Some loves never go away, they just learn to ache this way. Major pain. The song was playing, but we stood still, like we were scared to feel what it will. Your eyes were somewhere I couldn't go, between the words we didn't know. The rhythm held, but something slipped, a breath too long, a loosened grip. The silence spoke before the sound, that's where we started breaking down. I felt the crack before it showed, in all the spaces left untold. We broke between the notes and the pauses we never chose. Every gap said what we couldn't say. Love fell quiet, then gave away. Not in screams, not in throes. We broke between the notes. Like letting gravity decide the ground. The melody kept carrying on, but we were already gone. I traced your name in halftime beats, missed you most in what repeats. The music knew we'd reach the end before we ever tried to mend. I begged the song to hold us close, but it only left us exposed. We broke between the notes, where the truth learned how to float. Every rest cut just as deep as the promises we couldn't keep. No warning signs, no heavy blows. We broke between the notes. If love is sound, then this is lost. The quiet after something's crossed. No key could bring us back into no count. soon. Stay a second longer, please, before the silence learns to breathe. We broke. We broke between the notes in the spaces that hurt the most. Not in anger, not in blame, just two hearts out of phase, still hearing what we almost wrote. We broke between the notes. Nothing left misunderstood, just a pause that still echoes. We broke between the notes. You stood there longer than you had to, like leaving needed one last cue. Your voice was calm, your hands were numb. You shook around the things you forgot. The air went thin, the lights went low. Every word you didn't say you showed. I felt the truth begin to grow in the way you're breathing slow. You tried to smile, but I could hear the ending hiding in your fear. Your goodbye in slow vibrato, shaking soft but letting go. Every tremble told me so. This was real, this wasn't hope. You didn't scream, you didn't fight. You left me in a gentle night. Your goodbye in slow vibrato. The room still hums where you once stayed, like sound remembers every day. I touch the wall, it feels like you still leaning where you used to move. The melody refused to land, hung between I can and can't. Love didn't break, it learned to sway, then drifted slightly out of place. I begged the moment to be wrong, but even silence sang along. Your goodbye in slow vibrato, every note I couldn't hold. You stayed kind, you stayed composed, while my heart just came undone. You said my name like a lullaby, then walked away without a lie. Your goodbye, slow vibrato. If love was steady resolve it, let it ache. Soft enough to hurt the most. Every quiver let me know this was us, then this was gone. I stood frozen in the light, listening to you disappear. Your goodbye, slow vibrato. We were holding on so carefully, like glass we didn't want to see. Your hands were steady, calm, composed. Mine were tight, afraid to close. The music played but felt misaligned. Something pulled and stretched too tight. I smiled through it, crossed the line. The string that snapped was mine. I pulled too hard across the sign. I heard the warning in the line. You let go slow, you stayed kind. The string that snapped was mine. I kept the rhythm, missed the truth. I played for us, you played it safe too. Every promise strained the sound. Love bent low, then hit the ground. You looked at me like you already knew this song was something I'd break through. I begged the melody to align, but the tension wasn't kind. You chose the quiet, I chose fire. Both of us fed the wire. The string that snapped was mine in perfect time. I wanted more, you needed time. I tuned myself to fit your life. You stayed whole, I lost the sign. The string that snapped was mine. If love's a bow, I press too hard, trying to pull more from your heart. I didn't hear it start to fray until it broke in one clean wave. Leave the echo, leave the pain. Let me carry what remains. me, still soft, still kind. While I was scattered out of time, I won't pretend the fault was fine. The string that snapped was mine. Now silence sits where music shined. One less note but truth aligned. Some loves end without a fight. Just one last break in fragile light. The bow trembled one final time. Your shadow lingered in the light. Every note we tried to hold fell into spaces left untold. I traced the curve of our refrain, hoping something would remain. But the strings gave way, the chords let go, and the silence settled slow. I reached for you through empty air, but nothing answered my despair. Silence after the last down bow echoes everything we couldn't show. All the words we left unspoken, all the vows we thought unbroken. The music fades, but I still know. Silence after the last down bow. Your footsteps softened in the hall. I heard the distance before the fall. The violin whispered your goodbye, a minor key I can't deny. Every pause between the notes that love can fade without a sound, but leave a ghost in every round. I hear it still, I feel it now. Silence after the last down bow. The room remembers, but you're gone. The song is over, but life moves on. I play again, but only slow, and bow to silence one last time. We started quiet, slow and near. Your laugh, a melody I could hear. Every word like a tender chord, every glance a whispered reward. The night held us in subtle sway, like a song that didn't need to play, but the notes began to fade from view. Love played soft, then stopped too soon. I reached for you through the dimming light, but shadows swallowed what felt right. Love played soft, then stopped, a fragile tune that never dropped. Every heartbeat caught between, every silence spoke unseen. I tried to hold it, but I lost. Love played soft, then stopped. Your hands let go before the bow. The music lingered, I let it go. I traced the echoes of your voice. Each tremor made me